Bo. Yishmeres nafshecha Adonai yishmatzeischa v'yachad me'atov v'yad le'olam. Let's take some coins, put it in the pushka, and a little thought. As I mentioned Friday, that this Shabbos was the 11th day of the month of Cheshvan, the yahrzeit of our matriarch Rachel, always known as Rachel Imenu. Good old Yiddish saying, Mother Rachel. So many songs, so many prayers. So Friday we spoke a little bit about the history of her burial. But I want to focus today not on the history of the past, but on the past, present, how it links into the imminent future. As we've mentioned, that when Jews were driven as slaves into exile by the armies of Nebuchadnezzar, they actually passed that road of Beis Lechem where Rachel is buried. And they stopped there and they cried, Mama Rachel, please intervene on our behalf. And the Medrash says the following conversation that took place up high in heaven. Avram Avinu came and besieged God for the safety and security of his children, and God ignored him. The same thing was true with Sarah, Yitzchak, Rivka, Yaakov, Leah, Moshe Rabbeinu. God did not pay attention to their prayers. But then came Rachel. And Rachel stood up to God, so to say. And he said, Rabbi Zushe, I want to have a few words with you. I'm not sure she said exactly this way. But she said the following. I was ready to give up my entire destiny, my entire life, spiritual and physical, to save my sister from being embarrassed. What happened was, at the night of the wedding, when Yaakov supposedly wed Rachel, Yaakov and Rachel gave themselves a secret code that when they will be together to consume their wedding, nobody else should be able to be there, because they didn't trust their father. Yet Rachel said, when I saw that after all this, Leah is the one who's being brought to Yaakov's tent, and I knew she was going to be humiliated, I gave her the secret. And this way, Yaakov, who was my destiny, destined to be my husband, destined to be my life, wed Leah. I had no idea that Yaakov will wed me as a second wife. What I gave up, what I was willing to give up is, to my competition, everything. And Rachel, as a prophetess, knew that Yaakov is her half of her soul, as the Zohar tells us that a couple is chatzi neshama, each half is a half a soul, they become one complete soul. She was willing to give up on her entire life, physically, spiritually, just so that her sister should not be embarrassed. She knew she wasn't going to be buried together with Yaakov in the Maras HaMachpelah. She was ready to give it all up. For what purpose? Only that her sister should not be embarrassed. She sacrificed her life. For whom? For her competition. So she turned her heart to God. God, unfortunately, your wife, the Jewish people, have taken her in the competition. They've started straying away from you and they were worshipping different idols and so on and so forth. Please act as I did. Forgive them. God turned around to Rachel and says, Yesh schar lepu'losech. There will be reward for what you did. And what is the reward going to be? I promise you, your children will be redeemed from exile. And you will be present when they will come back. So God promised Rachel the redemption. Rachel is standing there now, again, pleading with God. No, we know that women have long memories, but this is thousands of years. High time that my children should come back on this road to Yerushalayim and Be'ezras Hashem. Today, the 12th day of Cheshvan, this will happen, and we're going to meet Mother Rachel in the Beis HaMikdash.